for a fireless muse that could descend from kingdoms, princes, monarchs, and the like to common themes of marital affairs, of young romance and adolescent strife. Then should our warlike leaders not appear upon this stage in false resemblances twixt princes of the present and the past. Oh, pardon, gentles, these bright painted spirits that drawn too clear see more than what they say. Can costumed kings who sweep across this stage with antique garb and flashing swords of old be likened to our sober-suited leaders who plot in prose their laceless, graceless deeds? And think you that within these wooden walls can be confined two warring dynasties, one winging from the west with outstretched claws, MacBird, the maddened hawk, that swoops to slash at cunning kenodunks, their fox teeth bared? Can this cafe contain those mighty monarchs with swelling hosts of hacks and clerks and clacks, whose high upreared and abutting prides now claw this conquering continent asunder? Can these bare boards support the vast machines that now sustain two modern monarchies? No. This weak wood but holds the airy actors who here portray fantastic lords of yore. Oh, don't employ your own imaginations to piece out imperfections in our plot, for things that seem, I beg you, know no seeming. Your very lack of thoughts must cloak our kings. For my sake, seek no silly suppositions. Disdain to note what likenesses may show. Accept our words. Ignore your intuitions. For on est soi qui me les pense, you know.
When shall we three meet again?
In riot, strife.
A stopping train.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the race is lost or won.
Out on the convention floor, or in some hotel corridor.
Where cheering throngs can still be heard, there to meet with...
MacBird! I come, soul brothers!
Comrades, call!
Away! Fair is foul, and foul is fair.
Hover through stale and smoke-filled air.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through stale and smoke-filled air.
Like, dislike, what foolishness is that? Our cause demands suppressing sentiment.
But Jack, you know it isn't merely scruples. He has a fat yet hungry look. Such men are dangerous.
Good God, this womanly whimpering just when I need your manly immorality.
But Jack, you know it isn't that.
Enough is said. At least we have to ask. He won't accept, and even if he does, his name will just stand second on the ticket. You, Bob, are still second in succession, and Ted is next, and princes yet unborn. And for this land, this crowned continent, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this forceful breed of men, this mighty world, I see a new frontier beyond her seas. She shall o'erflow her shores and burst her banks, eastward extend, till east does meet with west, and west until the west does touch the east. And o'er this hot and plagued earth descend the Pax Americana, a sweet haze sheltering all the world in its deep shade. And our descendants, locking link to link, shall lay a lofty line of loved kings, to serve the faithful, laying low the foe, guiding, guarding, governing this folk.
Gee, that's keen. So let's see, that's Jack in 60 and 64, and Bob in 68 and 72, 76 and 80, and then in 1984 it could be...
Come on, Edward. Can't you see that we're engaged with major matters, high affairs of state?
There's much that must be seen and done and heard. Let's first bestow the title on MacBird.
Where have you been, brother? In L.A.
How's the weather there?
It's wondrous warm, and all the world's abroad out laughing, bopping. A joyful throng comes pouring out of doors, a brick in either hand, they're going shopping. Oh, blessed, blessed blaze, the land's alight, and I have never seen so sweet a sight.
And where have you been, sister?
Woo! Woo! A troop train taking men to Vietland came chugging, chugging, chugging through our town. Halt, ho, quoth I, and stood upon the track. Then tossing leaflets, leaped up to the troops. Turn back, and stop this train. Why fight for them and die in vain? But we were few, and so did fail. Shoved off the train, we went to jail. Yet trouble stirred is always for the good.
Yet trouble stirred is always for the good.
Quite right, young witch.
Yeah.
Constant agitation has been assigned as our historic task. Some precepts from the past here in entombed.
Still carrying, I see, that same old torch.
At least it casts some light. Young witch, it's time you learn these lasting lessons. Be thou militant, but by no means adventurous. The working class and their objective interests grapple to our cause with hoops of steel, but never water down the party's program for petty bourgeois students and the like. Neither a borrower from within, nor a leader be, but stone by stone construct a conscious cadre, and this above all, to thine own class be true. And it must follow as the very next depression, that thou canst not then be false to revolution.
Yeah, Pops, yeah.
Hey, we really understand.
Tell us more about L.A. Who's there?
Here comes MacBird. Quick, hide behind that chair.
So foul, unfair a day I've never seen. Oh, well, some delegates, I guess. Or shy supporters.
Oh.
Howdy there. Hey, let's give them folks a thrill, huh? The name's MacBird. Mighty proud to meet you. Why, it's a nigger. And a filthy beatnik.
Oh, they're the bum done up in workers' dust.
God damn, those beatnik picketers all over.
Perhaps I better run and call the cops.
Now, just calm down. I know how to deal with people. I'll handle this. Okay, let's hear your story. Now, come on, speak out. What in thunder are you?
All hail MacBird! All hail the Senate's leader!
All hail MacBird, Vice President thou art.
All hail, MacBird, that shall be president.
Huh?
All hail MacBird, that shall be president.
Hey, boss, how come you gulpin' seem to fear? It has a kind of pretty sound, I think. Hey, if you can look into your crystal ball and say who get ahead and who go down, speak then to me. When he becomes the chief, what will I be?
You will be his leading hack.
It's not so high, but so much less to fall. For you shall share the fate of his career. MacBird shall be the mightiest of all, but Ken O'Dunk alone shall leave an heir.
An heir who'll play a king, like other kings. He, too, shall be an extra on our set. He'll strut and fret his hour on the boards and be applauded wildly from the pit. But if you skip and read a later page, we take the final bow upon this stage.
The Senate leader, that I know I am. But how vice president when Kennedunk despises me like dirt? And to be chief, that's unthinkable while Kennedunk holds sway. Now, wait, you lying varmints, tell me more. Where'd you learn this hogwash that you tell? And why the devil did you come to me? Now, come on, speak out.
They're gliding off the stage.
The bosses shall be booted in the bin. The king's unkinged. We have a world to win.
Vice president. And president to be.
It's not the natural path to reach the top.
Hail, MacBird.
Hey,
Vice President thou art. That is, if you'll accept the second place. My brother Jack has picked you for the job and hopes that you'll agree to grace his slate.
Vice president and president to be.
I know, of course, it's not what you had hoped. It's really just an honorary post. And so I'm sure you must want time to think. Perhaps we'll get together late tonight.
I thank your brother. Let him know for me I do accept with deep humility.
Well, that's just fine. I guess that means that we should go and meet together sometime soon.
We've got a lot to do today, but when?
At 10 o'clock?
Okay, I'll see you then.
Adieu, MacBird. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Vice President today, and on the morrow... And just like that, he took it on the spot.
Unity required that we ask him.
The party must be made to speak as one.
Consensus, lords, consensus is the thing.
The jewel upon the crown that marks the king.
So, gentlemen, that is now the way it stands.
Howdy, folks. I want to thank you all. I know you all conferred in choosing me. Well, I wonder if you know just what this means to me. A boy who nearly dropped from school. Vice President of these United States. Why, it's an inspiration to all boys who daily toil and sometimes feel despair. To know that in the White House, or quite near, there dwells a man who had to work like them, who knew the struggles, knew the ups and downs. Why, it gives a boy a faith in this our land.
And we in turn thank you your quick response.
Why, thanks.
Thank you. Friends, brothers, lords, all you who are the nearest to us know we will establish our estate upon the eldest Robert, whom we now do name the Lord of Laws, henceforth our closest counsel. In all affairs of state we are as one. To him entrust your thoughts as though to me. And now to plan the tone of our campaign. Have you the calculations I requested?
Aye, here, my liege. The outputs based upon a partial computation of the data.
Ah, powerful mess of numbers. Well, pray, what's that?
A psychosexual index of the symbols we use in predetermining his image.
Oh.
With variables projected. If you please. The final printouts can't be made till morning.
Well, these findings, Bob, we shall peruse with all.
Why stay we now? What use is here for me?
Dare they presume to scorn you in this manner?
With 40 years campaigning neath my belt, they turned from me to mind a damn machine.
If they could come to know your worship's ways.
And did you hear that snippet? If you please.
I heard. I said not much, yet think the more.
But I am a sorry second in this slate.
Up here, you're disadvantaged in their sight. A very sorry second, as you say. But yon, you are the pinnacle of power. And what vast domains where you are best beloved. We're not wise to bring them to your kingdom by such invention as we can devise, so they can feel the force of your supporters, hear it, sense it, see it with their eyes.
There'll be some to stand up for me there. Say, How about conferring on my ranch?
We're all engaged until the coronation.
And after that?
Why, then we'll have to see.
Oh, the wife and I would gladly organize a welcome worthy of our honored guest. We'll hold a grand procession through the streets for you to greet the people of my state.
When all the coronation plans are through, we'll surely visit then.
For now, adieu.
Adieu, MacBird. We'll see you by the by.
Adieu, my lord. Adieu. This Lord of Laws be blasted. There's the rub, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide thy fires. Let no light see my black and deep desires.
And these weird critters had no sooner slithered out when in strides Bobby, the punky younger brother, trumpeting out their very words, "Hail, MacBird, Vice President thou art." I don't know what the devil they are, but I reckon it's something mighty deep. So now it's 2 down and 1 to go. I'll be home straight from here, and we can puzzle out these strange happenings together. I just wanted you to know right away, my dearest little pardner, what we have and what's been promised. Be seeing you real soon. Your loving Bird. All hail MacBird, the president-to-be. And yet, I fear you're not direct enough. The naked act would scandalize your eye. You need to dress it up, to drape it out in purple prose that robes it nobly. Your mind's too full of all your own conceits to catch the nearest way, the clearest way. You're not without ambition, but you lack the forthrightness to face your own desire. You'd take the gold and never ask the source. You'd swindle if the act were vague enough, but you'd never swipe it clean and clear for lack of means to mystify the deed. How often in the past have I arranged to have the right connections come your way? Myself performing all the devious acts so you receive the bounty graciously. How artfully you've learned to look away while I prepare the props and set the stage. Then enter thou, declaiming loftily, forgetting the deceit that makes for art. There's much you wish were done, but would not do, for fear you'd see too clear your own intent. What you want highly, you want holily. All hail, MacBird!
All hail, sweet innocent.
All hail, MacBird, the president-to-be!
Oh, no, but...
Well, your letters have transported me beyond this feeble present, and I feel the surge of future power now.
Oh, my dearest Bird, to your nest of tasty tidings add this news. Short upon the royal coronation, the king intends to visit our domain.
Then fate doth mean to have thee crowned, it seems.
My plan is to impress them with my power. Not only will I show them round the ranch, but I'll expose them to our faithful followers.
Expose him to the fury of his foes.
Huh? Expose him?
Oh, just expose him. Nothing more. I mean but what you mean, what you want. Your broad dominions shelter not a few who'd show great force of feeling for their chief.
I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
I'm not a man. I am a lady. And a southern hostess With simple signs of hospitality, I mean to give our guests the warmest welcome.
We shall discuss it further.
He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put the day's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our days and nights to come give soulless sovereign sway and masterdom.
It's a cold day in January.
Yeah. To those who think our greater glory's gone, who think that we have softened as we aged, I warn that you will find us fully ripe. Ripe in riches, ripe in readiness, this century will find us ripe to rule. Let every nation know, both weak and mighty, that we'll pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, challenge any foe to strengthen, to secure, and spread our system. And though the strength be vast and overpowering, for dare we ever tempt the foe with weakness, we shall not force small nations to their knees. We never shall, as tyrants, tie them to us. Our force
shall only force them to be free. But citizens, on you our greatness rests. Your faith and work will raise our victory tower. For countrymen, you, more than I, must bear the stones with which we build this edifice. Yea, we must be a giant generation, geared for glory, seared in sacrifice. So ask not how you can profit off your country, but ask what you can give to serve the state. Ask not how you can make your family prosper, but ask how you can make your nation great. Wider still and wider grow our boundary.
It's still damn cold, but now it's getting clear.
The question each must ask and each must answer is, how can I help reach that new frontier?
This here is the winter of our discontent, made odious by that sun.
Yeah.
Now do our princelings pipe in tenor tones, our bass-voiced elder statesmen cast aside, our ancient counselors yield to college pups. Grim-visaged politics hath smoothed his face. Our manly wars give way to mincing words. And now, instead of mounting saddled steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly at a yachting party. He struts before the wanton ambling nymph. But I am not cut out for merry meetings, for fancy foods and poetry and lutes. I am stamped out in stern and solid shape, and thank the Lord I lack the frippery to sport and blithely laugh in foreign tongues, while lightly touching on affairs of state at fox hunts, polo parties, garden teas. Yes, I am made of sturdy, homespun stuff. My friends and foes alike know where I stand. I do not lisp in light and lacy lies.
MacBird!
My friend, I'm proud to shake your hand.
Thanks. You and I must get together shortly. Your duties need defining. Carefully.
Well, how about that meeting on Moran?
I have some business here a day or two.
Well, then come next week. It'll give us time to plan. Oh, my wife and I intend a bang-up show. We'll hold a grand procession through the streets so you can meet the people of my state. You'll ride in rich regalia through the throng and feel the warmth and frenzy of their love.
That's fine, MacBird. We will see you in a week. Adieu, MacBird.
Adieu, y'all.
I dare not think the thought, but let that be which the eye fears when the hand has done to see.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in.
The guest rooms are ready. The feast is all prepared.
Well, I hope the entertainment's not too flashy.
There's nothing which itself is in bad taste. The elegance of touch is all that counts. It's up to us.
If we should fail.
We fail?
Uh-huh.
But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail.
Oh.
The only danger lies in faltering. The boldest deed, the biggest lie wins out. This lesson we've learned from Kennedunk. Remember, he attacked that rebel isle, denied he did it, and then announced 'twas I. The major thing is confidence and style. For still the world believes he'd never lie.
Well, indeed, that man's a dangerous hypocrite. Now, this nation needs old-fashioned honesty. It needs a man of moral might and will. It needs a man of deep sincerity.
Hark, hark!
his helicopter o'er the range.
Oh, well, you greet our fork-tongued guest while I go change.
That it is. An oil well in the garden.
Bobby, look, there's moo-moos on the lawn.
Luncheons on the grass here must be charming.
I understand they roast the oxen whole.
Lady MacBird, our gentle hostess.
Oh.
Your rustic homestead charms us.
Oh, thank you all. Although this welcome's humble, be assured we're honored to receive you at the ranch. And simple folk throughout this ample state are clamoring to see you. So for them, this Friday noon, we've planned a grand parade. A fitting welcome, where the passionate throng will line the streets and fill the buildings round. At doors and windows, yea, on chimney tops, their infants in their arms, like that they'll stand the livelong day with patient expectation to see their leader pass the streets downtown. And when they see your open carriage near, they'll raise a din and universal shout.
This welcome plan unduly honors us.
I hope you'll stay till Friday.
Yes, that's fine.
MacBird awaits within. Let's go and dine.
So wise and sure.
Feels so safe to know he's there.
Oh, hell, he's just a politician like the rest.
Oh, hush, you fool. He's there protecting us. He gives his youth and strength to keep us free.
And still has time to help out with the kids.
This morning's paper showed his little girl dressed up in mommy's shoes. It's on page 3.
I love those kids as if they were my own.
You make me sick.
Shut up, you growl.
What's that?
His car just came inside. You see it there? He's coming.
He's coming. He's going. He's going.
He's gone.
Oh, no.
Can't be.
They shot the president.
Oh, piteous sight.
Noble cannot die.
A woeful scene.
Oh, traitorous villainy! They shot from there!
No, that way. Did you see?
Let's get the facts! Let's go and watch TV!
Come on, come on! It's that way!
Yeah, let's go.
The nation weeps as one. All work is stopped. The men desert the plants. The schools are shut. The housewife leaves her pots. The food is burnt. The cars and public buses quit their routes. All private cares forgotten, strangers stop and ask each other questions on the street.
What news?
I heard they've taken someone in.
Is known who did this more than bloody deed.
He's a notorious traitor. Here, take this weapon which I've just discovered on the spot.
Why'd he do it?
Has the cur denied it?
Wretch in part confessed his villainy.
Where is the viper? Bring the villain forth.
That snake is dead who killed our president.
What? Dead?
Who did it?
Wherefore did he so?
Who could refrain when Kennedunk lies dead? Who could be calm that saw that scoundrel grin? Who could be loyal yet neutral? I tell thee, no man.
What should be spoken here, I dare not say.
What will you do? We are the rightful heirs.
Keep still. The nearer in blood, the nearer bloody.
There's something rotten in the state of...
Oh, Lady MacBird is fainting.
Oh, some air.
What's next?
The world's gone mad!
This country's doomed!
Good countrymen, this madness must abate.
Be calm, my friends. I speak as head of state.
What should we do?
This murderous gun that shot is not yet empty, so our safest course is to avoid its aim.
Well, then let's flee.
You make a better target when you're bounding through empty fields, a silhouetted form. I think it's safer milling in the herd where any shot may hit another mark. The hunter must give pause when he observes a single shot may cause a wild stampede.
Then you'll stay here?
At least until I know what forces may be brought against MacBird.
I'll go. You stay. Denounce him to the world.
No good. Not yet. Let's fight with subtle words till time lends friends, and friends their trusted swords. A man. Full man I need to fight with me. Lord Stevenson, the egg of head. How now?
No feeble words of mine can hope to ease this double grief, the nation's and your own. Oh, what a noble mind was here brought down. The statesman's, soldier's, scholar's eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of this fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, supreme in war, and thus our hope for peace, the believed of all believers, quite dead. And I, of statesmen most deject and wretched, that suck the honey of his many vows, now see that noble and most sovereign leader, his silver skin laced with his own bright blood, that unmatched form and feature of grown youth, blasted with a rifle. Oh, woe is me, to see what I have seen, see what I shall see.
Again, Great Egg, your tongue gilds even death. Your well-draped words oft veil a bloody fact. To see what I have seen, see what I shall see. Perhaps you share my fears on what's to come. Perhaps you share my doubts on what was done.
I've heard some talk, I've thought some thoughts, but I prefer to wait, to give MacBird a chance. This new regime, though watered with warm blood, may grow and bloom in peace. As to your doubts, there's rumors round, but I have seen no proof.
There's proof enough for one who wants to see.
To see or not to see, that is the question. Whether 'tis wiser as a statesman to ignore the gross deception of outrageous lies. To see or not to see, that is the question. Whether 'tis wiser as a statesman to ignore the gross deception of outrageous liars, or to speak out against a reign of evil and by so doing end there for all time the chance and hope to work within for change, to work within the framework. There's the rub. For who would bear the whips and scorns from boors, the oppressor's wrongs, the proud man's contumely, the insolence of office, and the spurns my patient merit of this braggart takes, but for the fear of something worse than death. In speaking out, one loses influence. The chance for change by pleas and prayers is gone. The chance to modify the devil's deeds as critic from within is still my hope. To quit the club, be outside looking in. This outsideness, this unfamiliar land from which few travelers ever get back in, it puzzles mind, it paralyzes will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Security makes cowards of us all. I fear to break. I'll work within for change.
MacBird permits no critics from within. He draws the line, and all are forced to tow. You're with him or against him, get that straight. Your safety, sir, demands his overthrow.
No. No, for still he is our president.
Your president, perhaps. But for myself, I had as lief not be alive as be in awe of such a thing as that.
Enough!
I was born free as he, and so were you. We both have come as close to being chief MacBird. MacBird. What coarseness in that sound. The egg of Head. That name befits the post.
Perhaps it's true. But fate has made him king.
The fault, dear egg, is never in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings.
That you do mean me well, I have no doubt. But what you work me to, alas, I fear.
Oh, nation that has lost thy breed of men. When could we say but now of this great land that her far shores encompassed but one man? Ye gods, there was an egg of Head here once, who would have dared the devil. And yet now?
I know you think I'm acting like a toad. But still, I choose the middle of the road.
You've got it now, just like those weirdos said. His room, his desk, his throne like rocking chair. You will live as Lord while he's distinctly dead. Yet can no dunk alone shall leave an heir. Yet can no dunk alone shall leave an heir.
What do you mean they're all talking? Who's talking?
The older ones have been buttonholing people, telling them all kinds of things.
What do you mean, all kinds of things?
Well, actually, nothing specific. He's just suggesting things.
Oh, he really doesn't say anything, but everybody's listening to him.
Well, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a yellow-bellied hypocrite. Now, if a man's got something to say, let him step right up and say it to your face.
Oh, listen, boss. It's only one guy whining a little. He's just a sore loser. Everybody can tell that. What harm can he do?
In this business, we all have our enemies. And I know I'm not immune to personal attacks either. The personal attacks are one thing. We're talking about attacks on the President of the United States. Now, the President needs consensus and unity. I love my government, and I love my people. I will suffer much slander, suffer in silence, but I will not permit attacks upon our President. Y'all understand that?
Oh, yes, sir.
What about the younger brother?
He's flying to Boston. At least that's what I heard.
Have I no friends will rid me of these living fears?
The Earl of Warren's here.
Well, send him in.
My lord, you sent for me.
I know. Sit down.
My predecessor's death has grieved the nation.
Indeed, he was beloved.
Indeed, quite right. Now, some few folks whose wits are crazed with grief still seek a villain, chase a phantom foe.
Although the killer's killed, they cannot rest, and I desire to set their minds at ease.
Small doubts still flit like fleas throughout the nation.
Ah, that's why I'd like a full investigation, conducted by a man of such repute that we may put an end to all these doubts. And that man is you.
Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set things right.
But I don't believe you understand the job. I wouldn't say you're asked to set things right. I think you get the point.
Oh, whine and pout, that ever I was born to bury doubt.
You get the picture now.
I can't accept.
Cannot accept? Your nation needs you, boy. In times of crisis, confidence is key. Respect for law and leaders guides this land. If folks suspect their leaders, law breaks down. Well, you'd help destroy the very law you love. Now just think about those law-abiding people that should be sheltered from despair and doubt. Those simple people need their trusting faith. They count on us to work their problems out.
It's too confusing. Let me think it out.
Earl, you and I must tolerate confusion. We bear this load to save them their illusion.
I cannot go against the needs of conscience.
Forget your needs!
As I forgot my own. Private likes and dislikes must give way. For their sake, share this load I bear alone. Your nation is awaiting what you say.
This tragic ambiguity makes me hesitant. But duty wins. I'm with you, Mr. President.
Well, I knew you'd come through.
Adieu, MacBird.
So long, y'all.
Adieu.
A man of honor. It's mighty rare these days.
The press is here.
Oh, just let them cool their heels. I gotta write this speech to meet the press. Now, how do I convey my earnestness, the agony I suffer silently while cares of state are tearing me apart? My deep concern for every living soul contrasted with the grandeur of my vision. Now, how to make one interview show all that?
Did you hear MacBird? The way he said, "If I no friends will rid me of this living fear." Wasn't it so?
Those were his very words.
Have I no friends, he said, and so distinct. Well, he said that with a meaning.
That he did.
And saying it, I thought he looked at you. As if to say, I wish you were that friend to rid me of this terror in my heart.
Of course. He meant those brothers. I shall go. I am that friend will rid him of his foe.
Okay, Miss Moya, send the newsman in.
All right, pipe down, keep still. MacBird's about to speak.
A tragic twist, a fateful sorrow, friends, made me your president that fearful day. And I shall be the president of all, not just the rich, not just the fortunate, not just the folks who vote for me, but all. And stretching out beyond our nation's shores, to east and west, around this seething globe, where constant conflagrations blaze and rage, we mean to be the firemen of peace, dousing flames with freedom's forceful flow. Our highest goal is peace, but in its quest we shall not fear to use our righteous might. In short, we seek that pax Americana that all the freedom-loving world desires. The unity of all alone contents us. We plan to guide this planet by consensus.
Your Majesty, how do you view our future?
I'm glad you asked that, Chet. I have a dream. We have an opportunity to move not only towards the rich society, but upwards towards the smooth society. And my smooth society has room for all. For each, a house, a car, a family, a private psychoanalyst, a dog, and rows of gardens neatly trimmed and hedged. This land will be a garden, carefully pruned. We'll lop off any branch that looks too tall, that seems to grow too lofty or too fast, and any weed that springs up on our soil to choke the plants I've neatly set in rows gets plucked up, root and all, by me, MacBird. And this I do for you, my wholesome flowers. I see a garden blooming undisturbed, where all the buds are even in their rows. An ordered garden, sweet with unity. That is my dream, my smooth society. I thank you, gentlemen. Next question, please.
Your Majesty, how do you plan to deal with rebel groups which thrive in Vietland?
What rebel groups? Where is this Vietland? Who gave them folks permission to rebel? My leading hack, my valiant chief of war, where is this place I've just been asked about?
Oh, it's way off to the east, 8,000 miles. A little land we're trying to subdue.
What crap is this we're trying to subdue? Since when do we permit an open challenge to all the world's security and peace? Rip out those reds, destroy them, root and branch. Deploy whatever force you think we need. Eradicate this noxious spreading weed.
Your word is my command, your will is done. That land will be subdued ere set of sun.
Gentlemen, I thank you all for coming. You're now dismissed.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
What a shit.
I guess you've heard the rumors, eh?
I heard him here today.
Well, how'd it go? You know I'm new at this.
Just fine.
Listen, I hope your story's good enough so I can ask y'all back here next time. Write it well now.
Yes, sir.
Will do.
My secretary's waiting in the hall with autographed photos for y'all. By day. That press confab went off real well. I hit it off just fine with all the boys. But editors will twist the story round. They're all against me. Viciously, you know.
Just get the flowers and come on with me.
Hello, Bird.
Here's the smell. Out, damned odor, out. The smell of blood is still within my nostrils.
My dear Sparrow, will you cut this nonsense out?
Mother's been this way for several days now.
We have to follow after her with air wick. For every several steps she stops and sniffs and crying out there's blood upon this spot, she makes a spray to mask a phantom smell.
And everywhere she goes, she carries flowers.
The rooms are sickly sweet with perfumed plants.
I think our mother's finally flipped her lid.
Flowers by the roadside. Plant these flowers. Let all the land be lined with living blooms. Yet all the petals of a summer's roses can never sweeten this accursed land.
Now be calm, sweet bird. She's often like this. It's nerves. Now, to ease your frenzied wits, we will decree that all our highways shall be lined with flowers.
Oh.
Yes. We all applaud the lofty dedication with which you seek to beautify our nation.
Oh.
And now, sweet woodchuck, charming chickadees, go chirping off and tend your household chores.
MacBird!
Good God, what's next?
The matter's urgent. It's touching on our war in Vietland. That pacifying program we embarked on did not compel surrender as we hoped. A new approach is desperately required.
Are we or are we not the strongest power?
Of course we are.
Then why all this blabbering?
Oh, yes, sir, but we've run into complications which must be settled soon.
Men, come with me. You know, I get to be aweary of this show and wish my country didn't need me so.
Who else will be at Bobby's house this evening?
Some senators, a congressman, and us. Last night he met with Unionist and press, this morning with the independent right. Tomorrow comes the leaders of the left. He wisely speaks with each group separately.
Have all agreed to join the enterprise?
The Negro leaders say their flocks are weary, but then of course they've no place else to go. The Southern racists think MacBird a traitor and so may not impede his overthrow. Some fear the widening war, while others say he's meddling with our military stands. All fear his one-man rule. His arrogance, his secret slaughters stink upon his hands. And Bobby is the man that can unite the tyrant's foes, though they be left or right.
Shh! The house is bugged.
Let's stay out here.
How goes it, Bobby? Which ones have agreed?
What firm commitments have we to our cause?
Oh, it's going just as well as we could hope. No worse, no better. Naturally, they hedge. Yet certain major groups are lined up firm.
Tonight we've got the wishy-washy liberals.
You've got to stress the threat he is to them. These congressmen must see that he'll destroy their liberties. Make them of no more voice than dogs that are so often beat for barking, though they are kept to do so.
Heat them up. Remind them of their ancient sovereignties, which now are trampled under by MacBird.
Heat not the furnace for our foes so hot that it may singe ourselves. For if we win, then we will have to temper this fierce heat.
Who's there?
It's me. It's safe. I know the voice. I think you know each other, gentlemen. You know the solemn purpose of our meeting?
I also know MacBird is waxing strong. His warped roots are spreading in the earth. Thus planted firm, he sucks the soil's fertility and any green and tender shoots choked out.
It's all too true. I heard about your brother.
What news is this? Has Teddy met with ill?
I thought you knew. Last week my airplane crashed. A most peculiar failure in the engine.
MacBird mailed out a wreath immediately.
But me, I merely broke a bone or two.
He's strong and wicked. None of us can stop him.
I see our nation sink beneath her yoke. She weeps, she bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds.
Then bleed, poor land. Great tyranny has dug his roots too firm, for no one here dares check him.
No, not true.
Or else why are we here?
Your words revive my spirits, gentlemen.
Who comes so fast?
I see the wane of Morse.
An unexpected though most welcome guest.
Forgive this rash intrusion. I have come because I cannot stand this nation's war. MacBird's gone mad, a killer, turned berserk. Each morn new widows' wails, new orphans' cries, howl up to heaven.
I grant him bloody, arrogant, avaricious, false, vindictive, smacking of every sin that has a name. And yet the war itself, without his villainy, may have to be more brutal than we hoped.
I basically agree with both positions. Regardless of the war, one thing is certain. This man's not fit to rule in war or peace. We all agree to that.
Fit to govern, nay, not fit to live. Whole nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptered, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again?
We've met to help restore our land to health. Let's swear to her our resolution now, that we shall cut this canker from her flesh, this tyrant whose name alone blisters our tongues.
Let's swear, let's swear.
Our hearts, our hands are yours.
Give me your hands, each of you, one by one.
I swear.
I swear.
And here's my solemn oath.
About the egg of head, should we sound him?
Oh, let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
Oh, let us have him, for his silver tongue can purchase us the purest reputation and buy approval for most any deed.
Why mention it? He'll never go along.
I would have said the same a week ago. And yet I have a friend who heard him say he could no longer keep his silent vow, but he must speak. And for the very cause the wane of Morse is stirred, that is, these wars.
It's said within this coming week he means to rise and break in public from MacBird.
I've heard the same.
I know it can't be true. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave is he. Is it not monstrous how he bows and begs? He lives but in a fiction, in a dream wherein he plays the hero. But awake, a dull and muddy-mettled fellow he. He plays the puppet, jigging on the stage. He jumps for any hand that pulls the string.
No, you're wrong. I got it from my source. He'll speak this week.
Alas, it can't be true.
What's this? He might have spoken up before. The egg of head is gone. He'll speak no more.
He dropped down in the street, the message says. The press was quick to call it heart attack, and yet the rumor goes that near the body a poison dart was found.
Oh, villainy.
The egg of head is gone.
Be comforted. Let's make a potion of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
Alas, he's gone.
Make this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Don't blunt your hearts. Enrage them.
He hasn't touched us yet. But who is next?
Villain!
Traitor! Cur!
Alas, poor country. It can't be called our mother, but our grave, where no one but the ignorant feels safe.
Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are all unheard by men who dare not hear. This violent discord seems the modern tune. The bloody hand that plucks our flowers here is ravishing the fields in Vietland. Oh, carnal, bloody and unnatural act. The accidental bombings, eh? Casual slaughters.
He's right. It's got to end somewhere.
Well, I must be off. I have to make a speech in some college town where someone's planned a teach-in. I'm off to fight the war.
Adieu.
Farewell. Farewell.
A bit of an extremist, I would say.
I think that we can use him anyway.
The egg of head is gone. It cannot be.
You may be next, I fear.
I pray thee, flee!
My worthy lords, your counsels shall prevail. I'm now prepared for exile in the East, and there I mean to organize my troops, and with my force of liberals from New York, I shall return to make that fat bird squawk. The meeting went off fairly well?
Yes, quite.
They're in our pockets when the time is right.
How many kids did you kill today? Hey, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? Hey, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today?
Arrest them all!
Another protest? Go have the cops disperse them.
Arrest them all! Unity, unity, wherefore art thou unity? Pluck up protesters, mangle those that march. Who mars consensus steals our brightest gem.
There's news, more news.
Spit out your spiteful news.
Peace paraders marching.
Stop 'em.
Beatniks burning draft cards.
Jail 'em.
Negras starting sit-ins.
Gas 'em.
Latin rebels rising.
Shoot 'em.
Asian peasants arming.
Bomb 'em.
Congressmen complaining.
Fuck 'em. Flush out this filthy scum. Destroy dissent. It's treason to defy your president. Now, you heard me. Go on. Get your ass in gear. Get rid of all this protest stuff, you hear? My God! My God! Has everyone forsaken me?
My lord, to bed.
You know I dare not sleep.
Forgive me, I forgot your malady. My lord, the land's beset by evil omens. The light is dark, the dark is darkly lit. Last night the eastern kingdom blackened over. The people feared a failure of the power, and prophets cried with not too hidden meaning that he with greatest power dwelt in darkness, and darkness would descend upon his nation. But in the black, more dreadful than the darkness, there gleamed demonic flames and dire combustion. A flickering draft cord burned, and then a draft board, then horror, 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 howling horror. A human being set itself ablaze. It blazed and cursed thy name. It blazed and cursed. And then it dimmed, and yet they saw it still. Although 'twas dark, the flames had seared their eyeballs. They see it still. It blazed and cursed. It cursed thy name. Oh, God. Oh, God, forgive us.
I know. Alas, our folk are superstitious. They're simple souls that see in black and white. And so, to ease their doubts and foolish fancies, I plan to call a National Day of Prayer. Yeah. We'll get the biggest preacher in the country. You know the one I mean? That guy's got class. We'll make it high-toned, dignified, and solemn. Organs, choirs, pictures of me pondering. Now, that's the sort of thing builds confidence.
I just don't know.
Well, I gotta hand it to me. I sure got style. MacBird, you're so damn sharp.
Then pray for me, my lord.
Of course. But now, tonight I'll see those three weird critters that prophesied so truly of my fate. No baby fiends, no matter what the source, I must be certain in my future course.
Round about the cauldron go, watch the bubbles boil and grow. Stench of strong and tongue of cur, pick it, sit in, strike and stir. Regents raging, Regan hot, all boil up, I'll protest pot. A bubble and bubble, a toil and trouble, a burn, baby, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Round the cauldron, chant and sing, arson, rape, and rioting. A bombed out church and burning cross, in the boiling cauldron toss. Club and gas and whip and gun, niggers strung up just for fun. A black men beat and burnt and shot, baked within our melting pot. A bubble and bubble, a toil and trouble, a burn, baby, burn, and cauldron bubble. Taylor's tongue and Goldberg slime, McNamara's bloody cry, sizzling skin of napalm child, roasted eyeball sweet and mild. Now we add a fiery chunk from a burning Buddhist monk. Flaming field and blazing hot, infant fingers cooked and cut, young man's heart and old man's gut, groin and gall and gore of cook, in our cauldron churn and cook. Bubble and bubble, a toil and trouble, a burn, baby, burn, and cauldron bubble. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight fiends? What are you at?
A deed without a name.
I order you by all authority, no matter how you know it. Answer me, I must find out.
Come on!
Demand, speak out.
What must I fear? How steady is my throne? I'm bent to know by the worst means the worst. Now speak out, you fiends, although your tongues be cursed.
Darkest matters must we settle. Boil and bubble, answer, kettle.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute, MacBird. All cautious counsel scorn, for be it known, no man with a beating heart or human blood shall ever harm MacBird or touch his throne. No man with a beating heart or human blood shall ever harm MacBird or touch his throne. Can I get an amen?
Amen! Then, Bobby, live! What fear I from thee? And yet I'll make assurance double sure, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, that I may sleep at night. You shall not live.
The cauldron boils again. There's more to hear.
Be iron-fisted, proud, and take no care, who chafes or frets or where conspirers are. MacBird shall never, never be undone, till burning wood doth come to Washington.
What means this burning wood? Wait, tell me more.
Adieu, MacBird. We must at once depart.
It meets with one who also heeds our art.
Till burning wood doth come to Washington. It makes no sense. But that's of no account, for I have understood the clearer part, and now I fear no foe with human heart.
Bubble and bubble, a toil and trouble, a burn, baby, burn, and cauldron bubble. By the twitching of my ears, something cunning this way steers.
All hail young Bob! All hail the senator!
All hail young Bob! That shall be!
Cut it short. No wordy welcomes. There's no time to flatter. Just give me the facts. I work with data. Speak if you can. What news have you for me?
I could a tale unfold, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul. Freeze thy young blood. Make thy two eyes like stars start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand on end. If thou didst ever thy dear brother love, mark now my every word. List, list, oh, list. The serpent that did sting thy brother's life now wears his crown.
Oh, your pathetic soul. I'm no Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. Your fantasy I know to be a fact. I live not in a fiction nor a dream. I have the proof, and I intend to act. I ask you but to help me set the scene.
Help you set the scene.
Yea, I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been so struck to the quick that in a fright they have revealed their malefactions. Tomorrow night MacBird will host a banquet. And so I've prepared a little play in which you wound him first, then stay on stage and play your rightful roles behind my throne.
Help you set your scene.
Not on your life, man.
We ne'er shall help prepare thy prancing entrance. We ne'er shall fetch the conquering Caesar in. Nor shall we set the scene for thy ascension.
We'll help you with your exit, if you like.
What are your parts and parties? What are you?
Players!
Well, if you be players, what can you perform?
Whate'er you will. Either of
Tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical, propagandical, agitational, first theater, third theater, open theater, closed theater, living theater,
dead theater.
Improvise, memorize.
Cut the clown. Hey, fella. Can, you sing?
Can I sing? Man, I just love to entertain folks. Massa make the darkies love him, 'cause he was so kind. Now they sadly weep above him, mourning 'cause they leave them behind.
He's not changed his color, he shows no tears.
Yeah.
Pray you no more, your music missed its mark.
Can you sing that song tomorrow evening?
If I'm so moved.
We'll have it then tomorrow night. You could for a need study a verse of some 12 or 16 lines that I could set down to that tune, could you not?
Man, we write our own lines. Screw your script.
We're self-employed, free enterprising spirits. We're not in any politician's pay.
Never mind. Insert what words you will. Any lines you like, any phrase you fancy. Any play you write will in the end advance me.
The liberal power is near, led on by Robert. The lords of Eastern industry and banks with blazoned shields are riding at the head. The Union men are marching in the ranks, and Negro troops are bringing up the rear.
And what about the tyrant? Where is he?
He fortifies himself with new decrees. Last month, he made it law for congressmen that they could say no more than yea or nay and only vote on matters he'd present. And furthermore, he censored all the press. And here, at this convention, as you know, he's having many delegates thrown out. I just found out he's changed the voting rules. Now votes are given by size of state.
Some say he's mad. Others who hate him less have called his megalomaniac decrees a zealousness for order. But for certain he cannot buckle his distended pouch within the belt of rule.
Now can he smell his bloody murders reeking on his hands. Now hourly revolts disturb his reign. Those he commands move only in command and none in love. Now does he feel his title hanging loose about him like a giant's robe on a dwarfish thief.
Well, let's be off to give our votes where they are truly owed. MacBird has made us swallow bitter pills. Strong medicines must cure the nation's ills.
What news, my lords?
The list of allies lengthens every hour.
The center left-wing caucus is assured.
And at the opening session in the morning, I know the southern states will be secure.
I haven't done a tally, but I'm certain we're even now within the needed votes.
I'm sure MacBird must be preparing something. He can't just let the power slip away.
No, he's unaware of any problem.
Could be. In fact, I know that he was planning a huge pre-victory party here tonight.
I've heard about that slated celebration.
The king doth wait tonight to take his rouse. Twixt swaggering and stuffing food and dancing, he'll loudly swill his draughts of whiskey down.
This heavy-handed revel I'll attend and there perform a phantom pantomime to undermine the last remaining friend who still believes MacBird controls his mind. Convention Eve. And now, the play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
The eyes of Texas are upon you all the live long day.
Be seated, friends, be seated. You know your own degrees from first to last to all a hearty howdy. Ourselves will mingle in your company and play the humble host.
Your Majesty.
Alas, our lovely lady keeps her state, but bids me say her heart declares you welcome.
Your Majesty.
More lifts get you gone. Now, I'll sit here in your midst betwixt y'all. Be large in mirth. Anon, we'll drink a measure.
Your Majesty, please look.
Will you get out of there and take your lying lists? I'll hear no more about your damn defectors. Bring on the booze, the whiskey and the beer. This is a victory party, do you hear? Another round, my lords, more like. God bless this merry sight, and good digestion wait on appetite. The food! Now be silent, all. This here's a solemn moment. A toast, my lords, to our departed king. Oh, what a grace was seated on that brow. Y'all know how I loved him, honored him. And I, like Mars, to threaten and command. An angel's locks the front of Jove himself. I held him as a hero, as a god. I'm sure you all know that. Think on this counterfeit presentment of a brother. That great grown serpent shed has left a worm. A lion to a lynx are these two brothers. A lynx, coyote, bobcat, desert rat. For the love I bear our dear departed king, that love had made me vow that younger brother shall not be left to soil his sacred name. Now, y'all know how much I loved him. Lord, you know. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know, you know, my love, my love, my love, my love, Lord, you know.
Be seated, sirs. Oh, my dad is off and thus the fit is of a moment. It'll pass.
Yeah. My grief is deep.
It floods when left to flow. But smile, my lords. Let's have a little show. Entertainers. Send on the entertainers.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. All over the nation, hear that mournful sound. Chickens coming home roosting, mouse in the cold, cold bones.
Over the nation, hear that mournful sound. Chickens coming home and roosting, masses in the cold, cold ground. Over the nation, hear that mournful sound. Chickens coming home roosting, masses in the cold, cold ground.
Masses in the cold, cold ground.
Massa make the darkies love him, 'cause he was so kind. Now they sadly weep above him, mourning 'cause they leave him behind. Mr. Interlocutor, Mr. Interlocutor.
Yes, Mr. Bones.
Mr. Interlocutor, have you heard about that sweet little birdie that I'm going to have a child?
What little bird is that, Mr. Bones?
Why, the president's little girl. But she's going to get married right away.
Well, what are they going to call that child when it's born, Mr. Bones?
They're going to call it Early Bird.
Oh, now that's in bad taste.
Over the nation, hear that mournful sound. Chickens coming home and roosting, masses in the cold, cold ground. Round the nation I'm a-ringing the darkies' mournful song, while Mackie Bird am singing, happy as the day is long.
While the
orange flame am blazing by the grassy mound, there old massa am lazing, sleeping in the cold, cold ground.
Why, that's foul stuff.
Now the cherry trees am blooming at his old front door.
Send on another act.
Now the summer days are
Something
coming.
rousing. Send us something live.
That's a never
Ah! You cannot say I did it. Damn your eyes.
What folly is his father? Lord, sit
You
down.
dare not say 'twas I. There was a time that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there's an end. But now they rise again. Avaunt, and quit my sight. Let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless. Thy blood is cold. Thou hast no mortal vision in those eyes which thou dost turn on me.
Oh, stay, my lords. Why do you make such movement? When all's done, you look but on a gas.
Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the 100-headed dragon of the East. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble, or be alive again and dare me to the showdown with thy colt.
Mark me, MacBird. Tomorrow we shall meet, and damned be he that first cries out, retreat.
Come back, you fiend! Hence, horrid hellhound! Unreal mockery! And... So he's gone. I am the king again. Now, stay here, my lords. Sit still. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Give me some wine! Fill full! I drink the general joy of all my guests, and to our former king, whom we do miss. Would he were here. To all in him we thirst, and to you fools who fled, your souls be cursed.
My friends, I hope the days are near at hand of safety and stability.
Well, they are for sure. Which brings to mind the question of new posts when all MacBird's accomplices are banished.
The matter has been troubling me as well.
My worthy lords, I'm mindful of your merits. Your loyalty will reap you rich rewards.
I'll command the Navy. Do say yes, I headed up our crew team on the Charles.
We shan't discuss it all in detail yet. What news, my lords? Has the dictator made his move?
The news is still the same. The confident tyrant remains in his hotel suite and will stay till we bring all our forces to the vote.
A fire, Bobby! Look, I see a fire!
Teddy, please, enough.
The largest conflagration ever seen!
The time approaches which will let us know what votes we have in hand and what we owe. The time's at hand, so march we toward our fate. There are some issues force must arbitrate.
Unfurl our banners! Loosen our balloons! Blow horns, crack cymbals, cheer and demonstrate! My name and nomination is enough. Those three that know all mortal destiny have told me thus. Fear not, MacBird, fear not! No man of heart or blood shall touch your throne. Then fly, false friends, fly, fly, desert in droves. I fear no foe. I shall not turn and run till burning wood doth come to Washington.
My liege!
More news? What news?
200 votes are gone.
200 votes are gone. What's that to me? Go hide your head, you lily-livered loon. What state's defected?
All the eastern coast.
Get out of here, you fool! Oh, jealousy. Because I do bestride this narrow world like a colossus. These petty men who crawl beneath my legs turn up their envious eyes at my great prowess. Of course they hate the hand that holds things firm. Of course they fear the fist that gets things done. But most of all, the love the people bear me sears deep the jealous hearts of underlings. Because the cheering crowds would crown me king. Those icy politicians in their spite now hiss and scratch and spit and claw me down.
Lord, I've come to tell you what I saw, but don't know how to say it.
Out with it.
As I was watching from this hotel roof, I gazed with wonder down into the streets while savage blacks ran paging down below with shrieks of joy set every cherry tree in Washington aflame.
Liar and slave!
No! Abuse me as you will, but still it's so. From out this very window, look yourself. I say the city burns.
If this is false, I'll string you up alive. And if it's true, then do the same for me. For I begin to fear the equivocation of those fiends who lie with truth. Fear not till burning wood to Washington doth come. And now, the wood of Washington's aflame. Call out the troops! If what they say is true, it doth appear there is no flying hence nor tarrying here. And yet I'll stay and fight this bloody race. Bribe, blackmail, bully, and attack. At least I'll die with harness on my back.
We'll launch the main attack!
A rushing torrent of blood which he has spilled now hurls him up to dash upon the rocks.
We'll force the vote and win the race tonight. Let us be beaten if we dare not fight. On! On to the floor fight! Turn, tyrant, turn!
Of all my foes, I fear this twerp the least. But get thee back, for the love I bore your brother. On his account, I'm loath to do thee harm.
I'll waste no words, you pompous hypocrite. The floor fight will undo you on the spot. And all who would be spared, now flee his side. For mercy pleas shall henceforth
be denied.
Don't blow away your breath, you two-bit punk. Your older brother can't protect you here. I have a charmed career. Now, be it known, no man with beating heart or human blood can ever harm MacBird or touch his throne.
Your charm is cursed. Prepare to hear the worst. At each male birth, my father in his wisdom prepared his sons for their envisaged greatness. Our first gasped cries as moist, inverted infants confirmed for him our place as lords and leaders. To free his sons of paralyzing scruples and to temper us for roles of world authority, our pulpy human hearts were cut away, and in their place, precision apparatus of steel and plastic tubing was inserted. The sticky, humid blood was drained, and then a tepid, antiseptic brine injected. Although poor Teddy suffered complications, the operation worked on all the others, thus steeling us to rule as more than men. And so, MacBird, that very man you fear, your heartless, bloodless foe, now lifts his spear. My heart! My heart! Thus cracks a noble heart. My lords, black sorrow hovers o'er the land. MacBird, our brilliant leader, lives no more. The plotters of his downfall now obscure, I vow to bring to light, to bring to trial. A tragic twist of fateful sorrow, friends, makes me your president this fearful day. And though I never sought it, history assigned to me her most demanding task, to follow in my great predecessor's path, in the hewing out the smooth society. So choked with grief, I pledge my solemn word to lift aloft the banner of MacBird.